Can you use a torque wrench with extensions? It's not as simple as yes or no, so here's an explanation. First off, you definitely don't want to use a universal joint extension, so get that out of here. For the same reason, you don't want to use wobble extensions either. Next, what about all these extensions? Well, maybe one day you'll have to torque a bolt that is at the bottom of a long, narrow pipe, and in that situation, sure, go for it. In fact, the narrowness of the pipe will work in your favor, because what you really want to avoid with extensions is this flex. To get as close to the torque that you've set on the torque wrench, you want the center of rotation in the fastener you're torquing to match as close as possible to the center of rotation that your torque wrench has been calibrated to. In other words, the rotation you get from the head here. In order for your sockets, ratchets, and extensions to work nicely together, there is almost exaggerated tolerance built into each connection. If you stack a bunch of extensions, all of those tolerances amplify each other. So, if you do have to use extensions, use as few as possible, such as one long one instead of two shorter ones. And if you can find some with tight tolerances, they will be the way to go. Now, offset can be accounted for when it is precise. Many tool manufacturers sell torque adapters, which often come in an easy-to-calculate length, and some digital torque wrenches even allow you to put in the length of the adapter so you don't have to do the calculation yourself. However, the precision isn't only in the length, but in your placement on the torque wrench. I've set up this quick demonstration with two torque wrenches to show you this in person, which you can also apply to your understanding of why extensions are risky. I've got two torque wrenches here. This one's digital, this one's analog. That doesn't really matter, but this one's going to beep when it gets to the torque, and this one's going to click when it gets to the torque. I'm going to set these both to 40 foot-pounds. This has a 14mm hex on it, and this has a 14mm crow's foot on it. They interlock pretty well. First test I'm going to do is see how the crow's foot is pointing downward. That is going to give us a little extra torque compared to what we're rated for. And that got to 45.6 foot-pounds. This is only set to 40. Now let's rotate this 180 degrees around, so we are at a disadvantage when it comes to torque. Number cleared out. .4 foot-pounds. So even though this clicked to 40, it didn't actually get all the way up to 40. It's cleared out. Now we're doing a roughly 90-degree offset. .3, pretty close. Sometimes there will be situations where a crow's foot is going to be the only way you can get a torque wrench applied to something, and that's why you want it at a 90-degree angle. I know that torque wrench said 41 point something, but that's the difference in calibration between two torque wrenches plus any torque I gave it beyond that click, so it's not going to be exact. It's worth pointing out that the crow's foot that I used only moves the centers of rotation of the tool and the fastener about 1 inch apart, and we are already seeing the torque diverge by about 10% in either direction. The exaggerated stack of extensions allowed for offsets even worse than an inch off, so unless you're doing a real good job of keeping the torque wrench centered over the fastener, or make sure the flex stays at a 90-degree angle the whole time you're turning the torque wrench, there is definitely room for some errors to creep in. However, a lot of fasteners just have to have some torque wiggle room. Between this, variables in thread condition and contamination, and how much your torque wrench has gotten out of calibration over time, if there wasn't some sort of room for error here, we'd all be in trouble way more often, especially the folks that simply don't use torque wrenches. The point here is to know that by adding an extension, you may be introducing a variable, and if you know that, you can account for it, weigh your risks, and approach each fastener torque process in a well-informed manner.